Hey guys, this is a segment from the Slumpbuster Podcast. You can find the full episode on any of the various podcast platforms, or of course, subscribe to us on YouTube for more of our content. Other than that, guys, sit down, bust a slump, and enjoy. And at the bottom of those standings were the Miami Dolphins. They finished last season 5-11. They were the talk of town late in the season. They played tough, gritty football. Brian Flores got this team to play above its level. Actually beat the Patriots in a late game last year with Ryan Fitzpatrick at quarterback. I know that still burns, Bob, but it's not quite miracle in Miami. Anyway, moving on. The Dolphins have done a few things to improve their team. They had Byron Jones at cornerback. They, of course, got Kyle Van Noy from the Patriots. They, and this is the big one, drafted Tua. I'm not going to try his last name. I gave up on that months ago. I'll try it once. Tagovailoa? Am I close? Maybe? Doesn't matter. Anyway, Kyle, Miami Dolphins, what are you expecting from this team this year? Are they going to be what basically has been talked up this year as a new upstart team, the next team to dominate the AFC East?
I mean, if they are, it's not going to be this year. But with the AFC East being where it is at this point, I feel like the Dolphins might just have a shot at the playoffs just kind of by default in this situation because – yes, they paid a lot of free agents, and if you followed kind of the trends in football over the last few years, teams that spend a lot of money on free agents in an off season, those usually pan out in year one. They help you get to like a perfectly mediocre level when you give Byron Jones, Kyle Van Noy, Eric Flowers. They traded for Matt Breida. When you give all of them new contracts and add that in, it helps them in year one. But then like years 2, 3, 4, those contracts come back to bite you. It's why I'm interested to see how things work out for the Jets this year because they paid all those guys an off season ago. Mm-hmm. But I think that Miami this year could be 4-12 and they could be 8-8. It kind of depends how they fare against the teams in their division. If they win a home game against the Patriots, that's going to help boost their standings. If they can go into New York and get a win, it's going to help them get closer to that 7th playoff spot that I don't really know who's going to get in the AFC because the AFC has like 8 crappy teams and 8 good teams. It's going to be interesting to see. I just want to see if Tua Tagovailoa ends up playing for them like right out the gate or if it's Fitzpatrick. How long do you go to Fitzpatrick? How long does it take for Tua to get ready? I think that's obviously a lot of people are interested in that. And if I had to throw out a fantasy football name for everyone deep in your draft, go find Preston Williams. I'm telling you, go find that dude. He's going to be available at the very end of your draft. Like, low risk and super high reward potentially for the Dolphins. So I don't really have an exact record for you, but I'd say they can be anywhere from 4-12 to 8-8, 9-7 this year. And I've seen one projection that has them getting that 7th playoff spot in the AFC.
Hear that, Bob? With Preston Williams, might actually not finish last in our league this year.
Hey, I finished like 10th. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. My mistake. And a 12-team league, mind you. But as far
14.
as
14 teams.
Oh, that's right. We did add 2 more teams. My mistake, Bob. Big jump
Were
up.
you one of the people that took Alshon Jeffrey in the 4th round? That was my downfall last year.
He's still trying to get over Le'Veon Bell heartbreak from 2 years ago. I think that pain is still running deep. But moving this conversation along, let me ask you about Tua, Bob. How soon do you think we will see him on the field? Generally, the last first-round rookie quarterback to not play a single game his rookie year was Aaron Rodgers, and that was in the mid-2000s. So with that said, Tua, which week if you had to handicap it?
I'm going to say week 6.
Okay.
I feel like it's going to really determine, how long the Fitz magic lasts this time. So he'll probably start good out the gate and then struggle for a couple games, and then we'll throw him in there.
I think there's worse quarterbacks for a Tua to be behind. Ryan Fitzpatrick, whatever you want to call him. He's a total pro. And yes, he's seen a lot of teams. He's been in a lot of locker rooms. But the man continues to play hard. And I think learning how to play hard, learning how to play tough is great for a young rookie. And, of course, if Tua is still dealing with lingering injuries, whatever that may be, you do have a guy there who can start for you. I have read plenty of reports from his doctors that say he's fine. And when it comes to record prediction, I had this team going 5-11. So same record as last year. Just was looking through their schedule, and I was just having a hard time finding wins for them. If you have a look at the schedule, the AFC East is going to be playing the NFC West this year. So you're going to be playing the Niners, you're going to be playing the Seahawks, Cardinals, and Rams. Each one of those are going to be tough games. They're going to be hard to challenge for a young team like that. So I definitely think, though they'll be tough like last year, they'll be competitive again like last year in each of the games they play, I think it's going to be hard for them to really improve that record. Any final thoughts on the Dolphins, guys?
They still have Josh Rosen. Like, is he still on the Dolphins?
I don't know. I didn't even know they still had him.
Because everyone talks about Fitzmagic and Tua, but I feel like Josh Rosen is still just chilling in that QB room.
Yeah, I was hoping that someone would just try and save his career and just trade for him for, like, I don't know, a pack of peanuts at this point.
Well, they wouldn't send him to Belichick. Like, they wouldn't make that deal in the division because they know just how much it's going to hurt them.
At this point, though, just cut the guy. Cut the poor guy loose. He's been drafted by the Arizona Cardinals when they had the worst offensive line in the league, and then traded to the Dolphins, who may have had a worse offensive line in the league, and even traded away Laramie Tunsil, so made that offensive line even worse. So
and he still couldn't beat out Fitzmagic for the starting job.
I think, though, that guy just – Fitzmagic, again, total pro. It doesn't matter what system he's thrown into. He's played in every system at this point. Josh Rosen, throw the guy a bone. Just give him some continuity. Hell, even being in Miami, I guess another year wouldn't be the worst. At least being under the same coaching staff for a year in the pros, so he has an opportunity to learn and relax and settle rather than being shifted around 3 straight years. So could be worse, but his name is kind of getting buried at this point for a guy that was drafted number 9 overall and apparently had 8 mistakes in front of him.
Well, I feel like with COVID, one more thing, with COVID going on, I feel like it's good to just be employed at this point, even if you're on Miami's practice squad.
That is a fair statement. That is absolutely true. With 30 million Americans out of work, Josh Rosen is not one of them.